What's going on, guys? I am back. I am so sorry for the lack of updates, but here we go. Me and the crew, or we and the crew, are in Dorchester, and we're visiting the Dorchester Jail, which was built in 1880, and it's actually home to the last double hanging in New Brunswick, or in Canada. New Brunswick or Canada? The last double hanging in New Brunswick. So we've managed to book a private tour, and we actually get this whole prison for 3 hours. So we're gonna actually discover what is going on, and let's see if there's any creepiness involved. Let's go. So when we pulled up to the Dorchester Jail, like I felt like there was this creepy vibe, and you know, it's really interesting seeing that there's this really old jail, and then you have the federal prison just maybe a kilometer away. There, the new federal, or that federal prison is only just a couple years younger than this Dorchester Jail. Now, the Dorchester Jail is one of Canada's oldest provincial jails, and it was actually built in 1880, and that is actually the site of the last double hanging, which was in 1936. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to jump into a clip right now of Natasha, who is our tour guide. She's just gonna, you know, give a little bit more. So check this out.
Here, so they're standing physically right here, and the mom is saying her last goodbyes. So his brother would have been waiting in this cell here for his turn to come out and say goodbye to mom. And so for those of you that don't know, Arthur and Daniel Bannister were executed essentially because of their mother. So the mom, she was a promiscuous woman, and she was going around town with all these different men, trying to extort money out of them by telling them, hey, we've been together, I've had your baby. In reality, what she was doing is pushing a doll around town in a carriage. Now, her sons, they were 19 and 21 years of age, but the boys, they were inbred and they had some mental health issues. So they were very childlike. They had the brain of like a 7 or 8 year old child. And mom actually manipulated the boys into going and kidnapping her, this baby, so she can carry out this extortion plot. Well, in 1936, when mom told you to do something, you damn well did it, and there was no questions asked about it. So the boys went and kidnapped the baby, and when they had left, they had set the house on fire. And the mom, the dad, and another baby ended up dying as a result. So the boys were sentenced to death for murder ×3 and kidnapping, and mom was only ever sentenced to 6 months in jail. Normally when someone's hung, it takes like a maximum of 2 minutes to be pronounced like fully deceased, brain activity, everything. Where those boys, there wasn't enough tension around their necks to snap them, they were strangled to death. Not only were they executed together, they actually, and I don't understand why, disgustingly dismembered one of the boys' bodies to make them both fit into the same box.
But it's pretty crazy though, because when we first got there and I was unloading the camera equipment, Natasha, you know, gave us a warning that that the spirits or the ghosts or whatever that tend to, or that, you know, that live there, they tend to play with the electronics.
They couldn't tell you why they did it.
What was that?
I couldn't tell you.
You know, I'm like, well, whatever. You know, I really thought nothing of it. I had a full battery, and the light on my camera, or the LED light on my camera, had fresh batteries. So we were walking around, listening to the tour, and then when we got to the Bannister Brothers jail cell, or jail cells, my camera just started flickering, like the screen. There was just no way in hell that somebody was messing with my camera. I tried going through the footage and it didn't really reflect the screen flickering, unfortunately. But I believe Sally was right beside me and she saw the screen flickering, and she saw my reaction too. It's like, what the hell? But no, the place was actually pretty cool. We did get to tour all the cells, and you can sleep in those cells because the Dorchester Jail is now an AirBNB, and it has been for about 5 years. And they have this, they have a pretty cool oddities collection. They have a lot of props from different movies, including the Saw movies. So, it just gave that really. It just gave it much more of a creepy vibe. And one thing that really interested me was they actually have a piece of black history, I guess. And they have this bench that they acquired, and it was a bench that was used to hide people during the Underground Railroad times. It was crazy to see that there's this piece of history just right there, right in front of you. And man, if that bench was able to speak, I'm pretty sure it would have a lot of stories to tell. There's a lot of other interesting things, like there's a bunch of unmarked graves on the site, and I guess they discovered this because they were, I think, digging a garden, and then they ended up finding bones. So they realized, what, we can't do this, and we can't do anything here on the site until they get an archaeologist in there and start examining what was going on. And just going back to those individual jail cells, they have the original graffiti that people were just writing on the walls. And I must say that inmates have the same humor back then I'm pretty sure that most of us do now. But then you see a lot of people, or there was some people that were, just drawing on there. There was people that, I was reading a couple of things on the wall, and, it seemed like they were seriously sorry for whatever crimes they did. And obviously it was in regret. One, not funny, but one interesting thing that did happen, Leah, who, as soon as she walked in to the prison, or into the jail, she saw these two dolls, or these dolls that were encased inside this grandfather clock. And she mentioned the name Annabelle for some reason. And Natasha, our tour guide, was like, "Did you just say Annabelle? Because Annabelle is my daughter's imaginary friend." So I don't know if that's like some scary coincidence, or I don't know if Leah has any superpowers, but that's pretty, it's It's interesting, to say the least. And then I guess at the end of the tour, Leah was feeling a little bit more creeped out. She was getting this name, like in her mind, by the name of Simon. And, you know, so she talked to Natasha afterwards, and apparently Leah is not the only person that has asked about this person named Simon. You know, paranormal investigators, you know, other ghost enthusiasts, they've asked, like, who is this Simon person? It's a cool place to check out, honestly. You know, it is $10 per person. And then if you have a bigger group, I'm pretty sure there's group rates. You know, again, you are able to stay overnight. It is a bed and breakfast. I didn't want to stay overnight just because if I was going to spend time in jail, I'd want it to be in a newer jail. Like I said, it just had like this really eerie vibe. I'll leave their social media and their website in the description below. So I'm gonna leave it here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, what is going on? I will be posting more. As mentioned previously, we will be doing a lot of food and other adventures this summer. Just keep it locked, because we're on the way to 1,000 subs, and that's what I'm just trying to do right now. I want to be a little bit more consistent. And what do I know the most about? Food and adventure. Anyways, you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are, and we will talk soon. Peace.